guys, I'm Largo. This is another corner of the layer where we do some unboxings occasionally, and this is one that I am super excited about. I have been currently delving into the 1/6 scale G.I. Joe Adventure Team stuff, and I am trying to recreate a version of the Adventure Team that I had when I was a kid back in 1976. And the main characters at that time were the Eagle Eye G.I. Joe, Mike Power, the Atomic Man, and Bullet Man. So looking at some vintage stuff, searching the interwebs and reaching out to some friends of mine who are also vintage collectors, seeing what they have in their collections I might want to pass on to me if they're not using it or if it's just collecting dust in a bin somewhere. And on my search, I was originally looking to get a vintage Mike Power because they're not hard to find in good shape. And I came across this, which is the Mike Power that was produced by the G.I. Joe Collectors Club a few years back. It is a different sculpt from the original. They did a brand new head. The body is an update, and they gave him a few other new bells and whistles. So I have not opened this. I've been waiting to do an unboxing. I am super excited. Let's get into it. So this was purchased by a club member, and apparently they bought an extra because this has never been opened. It's still sealed in the plastic. Also came with this really cool custom box, which recreates the old coffin boxes from back in the day. This one is for his particular mission, which is Field Mission Alpha, and he has an outfit to go with it. Has some artwork on here that is reminiscent of the old mountain outpost that he had where he did his training, and also has some cool throwback pictures of his action features that the original Mike Power had. So he had an atomic arm that would power his rotocopter, which was kind of neat. And of course, his atomic legs and arm. Well, originally he only had one atomic leg, but the upgrade has two. So let's break the seal on this bad boy, because here in the lair, we play with our toys. Oh, this thing is so awesome. I love the fact that, you know, there's some collectors who obviously collect and leave things in package, which is great for those of us who don't, because then we get a chance to get something new many years later. And this does not disappoint, fellas. Wow. Even comes with some batteries for his new electronic eye. The head sculpt, the uniform. His limbs are a bit akimbo from how he was put in the package originally. I'll try to figure out his elbow joint there. It's a little tight. Tight is good. Tight is better than loose in many cases. I'm liking that. So, very cool rendition of Mike Power. As you can see, new head sculpt. Very different, but very reminiscent of what they were going for originally. Fits with some of the newer updated style Joes. His body is still kind of a classic body construction underneath with some slight updates. Like we said, he's got the two bionic legs now instead of just the one. For some reason, they gave him dress shoes instead of sneakers, but that's kind of an odd one. I can get him some sneakers. That's not a problem. Just like the original Mike, he had a uniform that showed off his atomic parts. Here in this rendition, they gave him kind of a tracksuit, PT gear, if you will. Nice red stripe down the shorts there, if you can see it. Boy, his arms are really tight. So yeah, he's never been played with. He's got his unique Alpha Tango translucent dog tag, which is kind of neat for this. Got his symbol on his shirt, just a sticker, not an iron-on, but still looks pretty cool. Now, the original atomic eye feature that Mike had was what they call a light pipe. He had a hole in the top of his head, as light shined in, the eye would glow. This one has been changed to have batteries that go into his back, which I'll have to take his shirt off and do that. And once the batteries are installed, you pull on his dog tag and that will activate the light in his eye. So that's a neat feature. I'll play with that later when I get him all discombobulated to put his field gear on. But first impressions, super cool. Articulation's good. I don't know how well these translucent type limbs will hold up over time as far as whether they get loose or not. I'll have to talk to some of the guys in the Axis of Awesome that also have this figure. But yeah, he was worth the wait. I've been looking for this guy for a little while. Once I found out that he existed, you know, I didn't know about anything other than the original vintage until I started delving into this. I wasn't obviously in the Collectors Club. I didn't follow that before its demise. Unfortunately, Hasbro decided not to continue that partnership for one reason or another, and it's a shame because I know there's still a lot of 112 fans out there who enjoyed a lot of the stuff that they put out. And yeah, I'm very happy. This is kind of the core member of my AT-76. Mike Power was always kind of the star when he came on the scene because of his atomic abilities. He got into a lot of missions. So we'll take a break here and we'll put him in his field gear and check that out. So yeah, very cool. All right, so here is Mike in his Alpha, what have they got? Field Mission Alpha uniform. They chose a red and black color scheme. It's got some nice artwork. Unfortunately, his AT sticker is a bit old from sitting in the package and doesn't want to stay on his uniform too well. We can get a new sticker, that's not a problem. But the suit itself is really nicely tailored, great coloring. I like the collar on it. He comes with a machete for doing some field action. Kind of an interesting cloth belt that I'll probably end up replacing with something a little more modern, I guess. I like the belts that are a little bit, you know, more like, I don't know, like the Vietnam era web gear type belts. I'll probably find something like that in a black if I can. That'll work with him. But for what it is, for the set, it definitely matches with the uniform. I like the belt. I've always felt like if you're going to wear the uniform, there should be some kind of belt with it, but that's just me. So, the machete is nice. Has a nice sheath, also in red, that works with it. And his hands are a little stiff from years of being in storage, but I believe he should be able to hold this pretty well. Just have to warm him up a bit. I'll take the heat gun to him, at least his hands, and get them a bit more pliable over some time. But yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. So he can clear some brush with his machete, with his normal hand, or with his atomic hand. He also comes with a really nice rifle, an M16 variant of some sort, with a strap. My brain is not working tonight. But the strap's elastic, which is really nice, and he should be able to shoulder that no problem. Oh yeah. So he's ready to go to the field with his weapon should he need it. And it does want to slide a bit, but we'll get it on there. The shoulders are a bit narrow, but I think that's just part of the mold. But he can certainly handle the weapon. Like I said, I need to heat the hands up a bit, but nice detail for what it is. Looks pretty good. And we'll get some good toy photography with that. So it comes with this, I don't know, survival staff slash ice pick slash thingy. Somebody tell me what this is. I've seen it in a lot of sets over the years that Joe has come with. I assume it is a mountain climbing kind of thing, but I'm a hiker and I've never seen anything like that in real life, so I don't know. One really cool thing it came with is a map case marked schematics, because he comes with his schematics. A miniature set of blueprints for his atomics, which is really nicely printed. And I'd love to have a big blown up version of this that I could put on the wall somewhere. I'll have to see how well I can scan this and blow it up, or if it'll get goofy. Somebody out there probably already has. So I'm not going to roll these up and put them in the schematic tube. I want to keep this flat and find a safe place for it. Probably in the coffin box for now. It comes with a walkie-talkie for talking to the other Joes on the team, a spy camera with an elastic band to put it on his arm. You know, standard Joe fare. And that's pretty much it for the set. Like I said, overall impressions, really nice. The Collectors Club did a great job back in the day. This was highly recommended by Jeff and Ed and Adam, who I've been talking with as I've been going through this AT-76 journey. Several of those guys have had this figure or have it in their collection currently and really like it. And yeah, looks good, feels good. His light up feature, I've got the battery in, you pull and you get 3 blinks of the light. I'm not sure how well that's showing up on camera, but in real life, it's kind of cool. I probably won't leave the batteries in. That's not a feature I'll use much, except maybe when I do some toy photography and do some close-ups of his face. But all in all, I'm very happy with this purchase. This was one that, it was a spendy one. It would have been cheaper to go with a vintage, honestly. But I liked the unique sculpt and the idea of an updated Atomic Man for the AT-76 team. Yeah, definitely well worth it. So now we'll get on to the bonus section. So give me a second and we'll be right back. So, what, pray tell, is this? This is a power core. And in my searches through the interwebs for all things 1/6 scale to go with my new adventure team, I found this thing at Amazon for, I think it was about 12, 13 bucks. And as you can see, it scales pretty well for a sci-fi doodad to have in the background, if you want, for your guy. And It's more than meets the eye, to use a popular term for you Transformers fans out there. This is what is called a Gigabot. It's made by a toy company called, I can't remember. It's a fairly recent toy company, Blip Toys, and it's kind of interesting. So it comes in these energy core ball type configurations out of the package. Sorry I couldn't show you the package because Amazon mangled the package when they sent it to me. I do have pictures of it on the video, so if you want to check it out. And I'll put a link to where I found it on Amazon as well. So the energy core itself has some stuff in it. And so not only is it just a cool prop to have, say if you need an energy core or a big bomb or something that you're using for a photo shoot, or just as a prop, the Gigabot is, as you would think, a robot inside. So you pop it apart, and inside it spills out, theoretically, all of his guts. It's kind of like a puzzle. I don't want to have it scatter all over the layer. It is a little persnickety to pop it open. There we go. Aha! Kind of like an Easter egg, the plastic type. So you've got the core components, pun intended. You pop these apart. These become the arms and legs of your robot. The power core chest is the chest. You've got a bunch of connector bits, some big honkin' boots that are made for walking. Energy connector strip ribbon thingies that are kind of nifty, kind of a neon green. A very cool face shield, very robot-y. And like I said, all these connector bits. He comes with a knife, a knife, and some sort of a cool blaster. Oh, and some big mitts, big old fists, so he can put up his dukes. I will assemble this or disassemble it and then put it back together and show you guys what he looks like in robot form. But that's all the pieces, parts. And so I'll do this off camera because it is a little persnickety. And then we'll show you how he looks in robot form and see if he's a worthy adversary for our Atomic Man. And yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, and here we are. This is Scrapbot, which is one of 6 Gigabots that have been put out so far. As you can see, he's very tall, 13 inches. Compared to Joe, he's kind of intimidating. I think he would make a very good villain for an Atomic Man or any other 1/6 scale guy to go up against. He, hang out there just a second, Mike. He has a very simple construction. It's almost akin to, not quite Lego, but like Technic, I guess. He has ball joints where all the pieces snap in, and I like the way the light kind of shines through his head there. It's kind of cool. So he can pivot on these different ball joints. Does he have super articulation? No, he's a robot. And, you know, very simple construction, but he can hold his weapons. He has these cool power strips that you can plug in different places wherever you like to connect the bits. And, you know, you can kind of tinker with it and put it together however you like, really. But the basic construction for arms and legs and feet and all that, really simple, but works well. Seems to hold a pose pretty well, even as big and clunky as he is. He has a little bit of waist movement, you know, the neck. You can move his arms a bit. He's not going to be doing any gymnastics anytime soon, but if you're looking for a classic sci-fi robot as a enemy, adversary, ally, strange visitor from another planet, whatever you want. You can definitely make some stories with this guy work. And the construction is pretty cool. It holds together well. It's not wobbly. I think I can definitely get some good poses to do some toy photography with him. So I just thought I would share that. So if you're out there looking for some baddies, and who isn't, I love robots, I love baddies, and robot baddies, even better. I think this one's supposed to be one of the good guy characters in the line, but you know, it's my headcanon. We'll do what we want. So maybe he starts out as an enemy and becomes an ally. Who knows? Maybe he's just misunderstood. But either way, that's Scrapbot from Gigabots. I'll put a link in the description. And so AT-76 is off to a great start. We'll do some tweaking. We have the Black Spider Rendezvous set, which gave us a Man of Action type character, and a turbocopter. Since this particular Mike Power doesn't have the rotor arm feature that the Vintage did, I think I'll give him the turbocopter as an homage to his old, copter arm twirling days. And yeah, I think that'll work. So Mike will get turbocopter duty in the AT-76, and we'll keep expanding the ranks. I'm working on a custom Bullet Man project. I'm waiting for parts to get here. So as soon as I get all the pieces parts, I'll share with you my recipe for that, and we'll see how it goes. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll keep you posted as new stuff comes into the lair. So enjoy. Have a good one.